Welcome to Flagrant Five, a show where five friends talk about basketball. I'm David. I go to DePaul in the city of Chicago, and my favorite team is the Bulls. Been a longtime supporter.
Hey guys, my name is Mo. I'm 19 years old. My favorite basketball team is the Philadelphia 76ers and Oklahoma City Thunder.
What is up, everyone? My name is Evan. I'm 19 years old. I go to Harper College, and I am a fan of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
What's up, guys? My name is Hanuk. I'm 18 years old, and I'm a longtime supporter of the Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, guys? My name is Ed. You already know I'm repping the Bulls. We're all from Illinois, and this is a show where basically me, Evan, and Mohammed used to do a talk show for Harper Radio, but since the semester's over and we got two new members, Hanuk and David, we want to expand our show. And this is just a show we're going to talk about basketball and everything. You know, we're all super passionate about it, and we plan on doing certain segments as the channel starts to grow. We're doing like weekly pick'ems. We're going to have debate shows where two of us will debate and the other three will judge. We draw heavy inspiration from shows like Through the Wire and The Starters. You know, I've been watching those two shows for a while. I know a couple of the other guys have as well. And we're going to start with our first segment. We're going to first talk about your guys' thoughts on the NBA season so far. We're about a week and a half in, and we're just going to go around, and let's start with Evan. What are your thoughts on the season so far, a week and a half in?
So far this season, I've noticed a ton, and I mean a ton of blowouts already. It seems like every other game, a team is winning by 15 plus points. And I mean, also, we've seen some teams jump out of the gate that we did not expect to start out so hot. Teams like Cleveland, teams like Orlando, teams like Sacramento. And then, like, they're blowing everyone's minds right now. Steph Curry, KD, they're coming back from their injuries and playing just like they were before. And we're seeing some new stars emerge from out of nowhere. People like Colin Sexton, Christian Wood, and even Jeremy Grant right now. That's just some things I've noticed so far.
Okay. Mohammed, do you want to give your thoughts next?
Yeah, honestly, I had one for like kind of each conference. For the West, I've seen the Warriors kind of be disappointing that. It really shows the value of how good Klay Thompson was. I mean, you really saw how good he made that team. I mean, they've been shooting pretty poorly with Wiggins and Kelly Oubre. Steph Curry's been himself, but I mean, what more can he do? And for the East side, you've really seen the Raptors just fall off so far. I mean, they've been one of the worst teams to see this season. I mean, yesterday I was watching them play the Hawks, and oh my God, dude, they could not hold that lead. It was kind of disappointing.
All right. David, how about you go next?
Yeah, just watching and keeping track of all the games that have been starting throughout this season, I've just noticed a lot of storylines coming into play throughout these first few games coming in terms of the draft class. How are these rookies performing in comparison to one another, as this was seen as a very weak draft class? You see Wiseman's putting up at least 18 and 8 a game. LaMelo has been inconsistent through the first 5 games, although he did just have a phenomenal game coming off the bench where he dropped 25 and 5. You have the very questionable, very inconspicuous pick with the Bulls with Patrick Williams, who had that first game and then sort of been falling off in and out of production and performance. And then just saying, like Mo and Evan had pointed out earlier, just these teams you wouldn't expect to be successful, or teams that should be successful, and they're just getting blown out the water at the moment.
All right, Hanuk, what about you, bud?
The biggest surprise for me is the Knicks. The Knicks have been performing extremely well, which I'm finding really surprising. For me, I thought the Bulls were going to make the playoffs. That's completely out of the water now for me. I don't think they're going to make it. I think the Magic are going to make it over them. The Magic has also been producing very well this season, but like last year, they started out the season almost undefeated, and then they fell off midway through the season. So I'm assuming it's the same thing's going to happen with them this year. On the West side, nothing really surprising. Everyone's producing like how they're supposed to. Jokic, I thought it was going to be extremely slow to start the season, has been producing extremely well. This is the only surprise to me.
Okay. I personally don't think, no offense, Evan, but teams like the Magic, Cavs, I think they're just I don't know. I feel like a lot of the teams that played in the bubble are They got wiggly legs. They're not fully into it. But once the season progresses, I think they're just going to drop and other teams are going to rise that we suspected. Like the Raptors are 0-3. I don't think that keeps up. I don't think they keep that up. Do you guys?
I don't think they're making playoffs.
They're not going to stay like that.
Yeah, they really aren't. I mean, I think the Raptors have too talented of a roster, man. There's no way. They're one of the worst teams in the league. It's
Yeah,
I can't see it.
I agree about like the Raptors are just far too deep, and you got a bunch of role players coming out of the woodworks, like Chris Boucher, getting some meaningful minutes. And he was like 20-some points, crap ton of rebounds, crap ton of blocks, and I just really don't think that they fall off that hard after a season where they're top 5 in the East.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's talk about, we all have preseason predictions. What has changed in a week and a half? I'll start. I don't know. I was so invested in Westbrook, like leading this team to the playoffs and like really performing. It's not looking good. They're 0-4. Like, what do you guys think about the Wizards a week and a half in?
Honestly, I can't even figure out what's wrong with them, man. They have the pieces. It seems like they're performing every game. Like yesterday, I was looking at the box score, but they lost. And Westbrook dropped a triple-double. Bradley Beal had near 30. Thomas Bryant played pretty well. I mean, all their dudes really were performing, but they couldn't pull out the win against the Chicago Bulls, man, who have – oh, my God. I just don't even know what to say about that. The Bulls are honestly one of the worst teams this season, in my personal opinion, so far. I mean, it's been kind of disappointing to watch. Just watching them play basketball is bad, to say the least. And then they just lost. I mean, what can I say, man?
It's just one big thing that Washington is lacking, and that is defense. Nobody on that team plays defense. Like they're conceding at least 110 plus points every single night. You can't be doing that. If you want to compete and make it to the playoffs, you need to play some defense. I think they're all pretty lazy on defense. I don't think they put that much effort in. I think they rely way too much on their offense. They need to take a step back and focus on some defense.
At the same time, though, I believe that the aspect of the bubble and how like teams like the Bulls, teams like the Wizards, who are shy of the playoffs, haven't played in months, and then you have to add in these new pieces. Someone like Westbrook, who had one of the highest user rates within the entire NBA, meshed with Bradley Beal, who just had a career season with 30 and 5 a night. So like seeing all these parts together form into a team with the little amount of time they've been given, I just think that's sort of expected at all these teams that we'd expect to see perform at a rate much higher than they are right now, just dip in productivity.
For me, I haven't like hit the point on the dot for me. Like I was thinking literally defense. They have zero defense on their team. Like offensively, they're top 5, like top 5 team. Like not top 5, but like top 10 in the league when it comes to offense. But their defense is extremely lagging. I think it's one of the worst defensive teams in a while.
Yeah, their team is pretty awful defensively. Okay, let's say, all right, before I ask this next question, I'm going to go around the room. I had the Wizards making the playoffs. Do you guys still think they make the playoffs?
I don't think so, man.
No?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
From the way this East has been playing, there have been teams that have surprised me. Like, I thought the Cavaliers weren't going to be as good. And, I mean, they've shown to be some competitors. I mean, the Magic always have this beginning season where they're great at the beginning of the season, go like maybe 8-0, then they just really fall off. Markelle Fultz have really revived his career in Orlando, which I love to see. I hope he can keep that up. I hope he can keep this Magic team going forward. And the East honestly got a lot tougher, in my opinion, this season.
Dave?
Yeah, I agree with that. The East has seen a very surprising out of left field, just 180 in comparison to what they used to be, where they were just a little brother to the West, and it was almost as if you made it to the finals from the Western Conference, you're going to win. But now we're seeing the East that is getting a bit deeper, albeit it's still not as powerful as the West, which is loaded with teams from almost 1 to 8. Whereas the East is still getting better, but it's only like 1 to 6 with the seeds.
Do you think they make the playoffs?
I don't think so at the moment, just the way they've been playing. Unless they really start to piece it together, where it's not so much the stat line, it's more so trying to win. then I feel like those filler stats will become meaningful, and then they'll start producing wins rather than just empty losses.
But look, the Wizards make the playoffs or not?
No, I don't. I see them fighting for a playoff spot, but I don't see them certainly making the playoffs.
I'm gonna say they still make the playoffs just because when's the last time Westbrook missed the playoffs? I think he can. I don't know. I just have faith in Westbrook. I know because this is better. This is a better team than that OKC team he dragged to the playoffs, but I'm pretty sure that was a different Westbrook. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I would
Do
say
you
it's
think-
better than the OKC team. I mean, they had SGA, who was pretty solid. Wait, hold on.
I think he's
Sure,
talking
talking
about
about-
the six.
You're talking about the Chris Paul one.
I'm
He's
talking about the
talking
old.
I'm talking about
Like Oladipo and
the
Sabonis.
42.
Oh, that Depot team was pretty bad. Yeah,
the 42.
that Depot team was bad.
Yeah, the 42 triple double season.
Yeah, that was his MVP season, but he's not MVP anymore. Okay, let's move on to something else I found surprising. I mean, the Warriors. I didn't expect them to like have a high seed, but they just don't look very dangerous. Am I tripping? Am I overreacting, or are they in
I
trouble?
predicted this in the beginning of the season. I did not think they were gonna be that good. To be honest, it's really Kelly Oubre, like being horrid. He's gonna be better over the season. Like their team is gonna be better, but right now, like Kelly Oubre is the main reason why they're being completely awful.
I think, yeah. I agree with that to the point where with Kelly Oubre, I think once Kelly Oubre gets his groove back going, Wiggins starts hitting some shots, which I know is difficult for him sometimes, and Wiseman keeps developing over the year. And as of right now, we can all say he's Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree to that.
Okay. If he keeps developing at the rate he's already going at, Curry is still Curry. Oubre starts hitting his shots. I think, and when Draymond comes back, because Draymond hasn't played yet,
Mm-hmm.
True.
so I still think they're going to be okay. I think
Mr.
I had
Triple
them at
Single.
I think I had them at 7 or 8 in the West.
Did you guys hear
So,
about the
I
charity
think-
that he's doing? Sorry.
What?
Did you guys hear about the charity Andrew Wiggins is doing?
No,
I have not.
So every time he scores a point, he's donating $22,000 to a cancer thing.
I thought it was-
Cancer, I'm not sure.
No, it's $22 normal dollars.
Oh, it's
Okay.
22.
Yeah,
the
not
entire
22,000, bro. That's
Oh,
insane.
22,000. About to say this man has a 1,000-point season. He's broke.
My fault.
That's probably why he's playing so bad right now.
at that super.
Yeah, they're about 22. That's my fault.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He really does not like the kids right now, man. He's
Yeah,
really
that's a
not
really
trying to help the
generous
kids
thing of
out.
him to do, though. I really
Yeah.
like that about him. It's really nice.
Wiggins could be averaging like 50 and like 15, but I think he's holding back for the money.
Yeah, bro.
I really think that the Warriors' success at the moment is contingent on how well Steph Curry plays. Because on his unanimous season, he was putting up numbers just on a team where that was loaded with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. You had key rotational players in there. Now you don't have that bench, but you have Andrew Wiggins, you have Kelly Oubre, Green's coming back, albeit he's really just a defensive stalwart now. And you have a young Wiseman who looks to be really promising. It's really if Curry can come back to 100% and then get back to that status where he was the unanimous MVP back-to-back, where he was just completely unguardable the moment he stepped half court.
Okay. I've been seeing this thing on Instagram, like it's this post where like, oh, if Westbrook could drag this team to the playoffs and Curry can't drag the current team to the playoffs, like they're trying to like, I don't know, trash his legacy or something. Let's say like worst case scenario, the Warriors, they don't make the playoffs. Curry plays most of the game. So does Draymond. What does your narrative change at all at Curry? No.
I still think he's a
Not at
top.
all.
I think he's a top 3 point guard of all time.
Top 10, dude. He's top 3.
Yeah, so I said
So
top.
that's what he said.
Oh, I thought you said top 10. Oops.
Honestly, by the end of his career, I see him being better than Magic, but that's just me.
I actually agree with that, Hindok. I think he's going to be the best point guard of all time when it's
Yeah,
all
I
said and
think
done
so.
for his career.
Okay, then where are you guys gonna have Curry all time then?
Oh, like all time? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Maybe like 6.
I
Where
don't
do you
know.
have- Where do
Maybe
you have
6 or
Magic
7.
right
No,
now?
I don't know. We're like all time. I just know by
All time lists go crazy, man. All time lists are extremely hard to do.
Dude,
I was about to say 6 is a bit rough.
Yeah, no, I
Jordan,
think-
LeBron, Kobe, Kareem, Duncan,
I feel
Magic.
like
If we're talking about wins, Russell, we
Right.
have a whole
Wilt, Shaq,
Yeah,
Hakeem,
Wilt, Shaq, exactly.
Bird.
everyone's gonna like. I feel like everyone's like trying to like. It's kind of like everyone's like trying to compare him to LeBron as well. Like saying how LeBron carried that 2007 teams to the finals. That everyone's just like if he can do it, you can do it. If you're claimed to be better.
I see what you're saying, but LeBron is,
Yeah, I know, but like
LeBron is a specimen
people-
of a man that
I'm talking about people on Twitter. He's
That
he's special.
2018 postseason LeBron is the greatest basketball player I've ever watched, ever.
I agree.
Will that you guys think that ever be surpassed? Sorry,
Oh no, what are you saying, Nook?
I'm saying, will there ever be another player that will play as good as that 2018 postseason LeBron in your
I
life?
mean, yeah, I'm sure there will.
Denny of Dia.
Facts.
I think it's gonna be Luka Doncic. If I'm thinking realistically, Luka's insane, man.
I was thinking along like the Chetty Osman lines, but that's just me.
Okay.
On a serious note, if Giannis develops a consistent and reliable shot, he's not going to be guard. There's no one that can stop a 6'11" point guard who can shoot.
I have a really hot take. You're done.
I want to hear it because I have a feeling you're going to
Okay.
say Giannis isn't that good, and I'm going to smack you through the camera.
No, I think if Zion doesn't keeps on progressing and like does not get injured, and he has like LeBron level durability, I see him being in the GOAT conversation with LeBron. I see it. I can see it. I'm really high on Zion.
No, in my opinion, Zion just needs to lose like 40 pounds and he'll be fine.
I feel like he
Yeah,
can.
what'll he be after that? 320?
I feel like at one point he could surpass LeBron if he keeps on.
Don't think Zion's passing LeBron, dude.
No. I don't think Luka will surpass LeBron.
I don't know. I think Luka is insane, man.
I don't think he can.
This man almost averaged a 30-point triple-double as a sophomore.
That's true.
Crazy, bro.
He is only a year or two older than all of us, and he's making millions dropping a triple-double on grown men.
Yeah,
That should not.
I feel like
That should not be real possible.
Yeah.
Bro, throw Hanook in the league. He's doing that too.
Yeah, I'm dropping
The
40
point?
points. I'm dropping 40-point triple doubles every game. Come on, season.
I really think Luka has the potential to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, just with
I
how
agree
he's
with
playing
that.
right now.
I agree.
I think he's going to be. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think he's going to be the greatest international player ever.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Right now, that's Dirk, but even Dirk himself said in a few years this kid's going to be special, like otherworldly.
I think there will be like 3 or 4 generational players in the near future that have a chance of surpassing him.
Honestly, if you're looking at a player like Luka, what can he improve on, to be honest? Like, what can't he do? Besides, like,
Defense.
Besides athleticism and defense, there's like not much really I think he can improve on, really.
But those are two pretty big things. I think.
They
that's
are.
pretty big.
They
His
are.
defense is still like good. It's like average defense, but it's just like it's not like top tier. If he had a top tier defense mixed out with his offense, he's considerably the greatest player of all time.
Okay, so Hanook and Mo, what does Zion have to do to surpass LeBron? What does he have to do?
Lose weight. Like I said, he needs to lose weight.
Here, like how many titles, how many MVPs?
Okay, 5 rings. Okay, honestly, how many are we saying LeBron wins by the end of his career?
I don't think he's
5.
winning.
I'm saying 5 as well. I think
Like
he'll win
rings?
another one. I think he'll win one more at most.
Rings
He's
or
winning it this
MVP?
year. I think he's
Rings or
winning it this year.
MVP?
Rings.
Oh, rings. Yeah, he's gonna get 5. 5 or
I
6.
don't think he's getting another MVP. I think Zion needs to win at least 4 MVPs and 5 chips, and then he's in that conversation.
Yeah, I think that's.
I just don't see that happening.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
Hanook.
Luka's going to be getting those MVPs, dude.
David just left. Anyways, I think that the first thing, I think that Zion in his prime is going to be considerably one of the greatest players of all time, without a doubt. If he doesn't get injured in his prime, I think he's going to be a top 5 player, no doubt. And for him to pass LeBron like 4 or 5 MVPs, and then like maybe 6 chips, 4 or 5 chips.
I just
Okay.
don't see that happening.
Wait, hold on. I'm just curious. Why don't I see it happen? You just see Luka just dominating the league over Zion?
I don't know, man. I just don't see Zion of all people like getting all those accolades.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
what
know.
do you see, Colin Sexton?
I'm not going to complain. He'll get like 7 MVPs, nothing great.
Okay, all right.
Do you think
Nah,
Colin
really-
Sexton?
I really think Zion, his problem is like he's relying too much on his athleticism because he's great off the ball. He's in a system where he can play off the ball perfectly. He's got Lonzo. He's got a center that help on the boards. He's got a very mobile team that can facilitate how he plays. But he's relying too heavily on his athleticism, and with that weight, that's not going to last him throughout the career. That's not good for longevity. He needs to be better at creating his own shot, getting open as he continues to progress throughout his career as an NBA player, and just overall rely more on an overall game than just sheer athleticism and strength.
That's a really good point. I agree with that.
David, I agree 100%. And I think the one thing that's going to stop a lot of these young, super amazing talents we've seen past LeBron is longevity, like Dave said. LeBron has been at an All-NBA level for 18 years. That is extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
So longevity is going to be the key factor. And if any of these players are going to touch LeBron's legacy.
Yeah. Yeah. Having this conversation makes me realize like the NBA has a safe future. Like these guys, like all these young guys are already insanely good.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. One last thing on the Warriors. How do you think the rest of Steph's career goes? Like what do in the rest of his career?
I think he's gonna win like maybe one more MVP. If he carries them to the like playoffs this next year or this year with no help as well, I for sure think he's gonna win an MVP. Everyone in the media wants him to win MVP. Pretty what it's looking like. I don't know if he's gonna win another championship. If James Wiseman produces at all-star caliber numbers next season, I see them pushing for a ring. But aside from that, I don't think they're gonna be as dominant as they once were in the last.
David,
I have something that needs to be said, which may not resonate well with many, but he needs to get out of there.
Golden State.
He needs to get out of the Golden State because that boat is sinking. Sure, he's got Wiseman for the future, but Wiggins and Oubre are rotational players who are a bit above average. What he needs to do is get out of there because he's got LeBron and the Lakers now. The Nuggets are looking to come take the crown in a few years tops. Giannis and the Bucks are getting better and getting deeper with every time. So even if he was somehow able to make the finals with the Warriors, there's no way he's stopping that. He needs to get out of there, and whether it be the Eastern or the Western Conference, he needs to be put on a team that facilitates his just play style because he can carry a team, but he won't be able to carry that team to the finals anytime soon. And he's at the twilight. He's starting to reach that twilight point in his career. So if he doesn't get out of there soon, it's going to damage any chance of increasing his legacy to untouchable status.
Okay,
When you say get out of there though, is that out of trade or is that out of free agency?
Whatever it has to do, he needs to get out of there. Is that boat sinking? That boat's sinking fast.
I want to put everyone on the spot. Starting with David, where do you think he should get traded or move to?
This is obvious. Milwaukee.
Hanuk?
I really think Milwaukee would be perfect.
Is there
No.
Milwaukee or the Lakers?
Wait, no.
Lakers?
I feel like listen, hear me out.
Imagine, can you imagine, dude?
Curry on the Lakers become the greatest team of all time. No
How
doubt.
are they
no
gonna
kidding.
How would they
LeBron,
get him, though?
AD, Curry, how the hell are they going to afford him or get him?
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm saying barring everything. Like I'm just saying,
Trade Anthony Davis?
Yeah,
No.
I'm saying if it's possible, which I don't think it is, like in free agency, which most likely isn't, but like if they can get him, that's the greatest team of all time, without a doubt.
No kidding.
Of course.
They could get Kyle Lowry and they'd be the greatest team of all time. That is such a terrible take.
I don't think.
The Lakers.
Listen,
I think somebody could watch a game of basketball for 14 minutes and make a better take than that.
come on, hop off.
We have two Milwaukees. Evan, anything besides?
I'm gonna go and say Miami.
Go.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm gonna say Miami. I think Miami would be a good fit.
Me and Evan always resonate, man. Miami as well, bro. I think Miami is a great fit.
Him, Jimmy, and Bam. Ooh, mix that offense with that defense. Oof.
I don't know if this would be possible, but Philly and put Simmons at the 4. I think that'd be.
You just made me so happy. I just thought of Steph Curry in
Made me
Philadelphia.
happy, made me smile.
Made me
I'm
happy.
I'm not making a face at Ed's take. I'm making a face at his reaction. That was weird.
Dude, oh my God, no. Thought of Steph in Philly, man, playing alongside Embiid and Ben Simmons. Oh my God.
Nah, but think about Milwaukee.
Shooters.
Think about Milwaukee. You put that outside threat, and you put that ability to teach Giannis how to shoot, and you have a fast-paced offense that can kill you on the 3, take you to the paint, play D, because if Curry gets blown by, you got a 6'11" behemoth of a man in the paint.
Behemoth.
And his name is Brook Lopez.
Oh yeah, I forgot that man is on.
I really think he's unstoppable if he's put into Milwaukee.
You think that's the greatest team of all time?
Stop with
God.
this. I mean, you don't
Stop.
need.
It's
Stop.
a question. It's a question.
No, they're not. They're not.
Do you know what would be another interesting fit, I think? Boston.
Dude, I don't like
think
Boston.
I
don't.
But I really
I
think
think
that'd work. That'd actually be
dump
kinda solid.
Kemba. Get Kemba out of there. Replace Kemba with Curry, and obviously
Oh,
add
yeah,
more to it. But
Yeah, I
Into
can.
the Bulls and we're needed.
Curry, Jalen, and Tatum, dude.
It's not bad.
That's
I don't
actually
like the
pretty solid.
Celtics,
That's
but I
solid.
still think that would be extremely good.
Bring back Ennis Cantor.
And this cancer.
You're
Stop
onto
it.
something.
Okay, before we move on, Hanook, do you know how we're doing on time? Or does anyone?
It's 11:57, so I don't know what time we start.
Oh,
We're doing
gosh.
on time. We're only 57, man.
Okay, so never mind. All right, I'll just move on. All right, way too early predictions. We'll start. Or Mohammed, we'll start with you. Do you have any early predictions?
I have 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Great.
They're like kind of crazy, but at the same time, it's kind of not. First one, Ja Morant is the next Derrick Rose. That's my first one.
That's
And the
not crazy.
second one is Trae Young is the next Steph Curry.
That's both not that.
Those are.
They're
but
both
yeah,
not
pretty
crazy, but
reasonable.
they're
That's
both
not way
kind
too
of.
early.
I think they're pretty reasonable.
I mean, it's a little early. It's like you got 2 minutes early to work, but it's not. It's nothing
Exactly.
crazy.
They're on the path to get there, but it's high numbers or high ceilings for they have to go for.
I got a good prediction.
Okay, Evan, got any?
I have 3.
Okay.
The first one is, I believe the Cavs have found their backcourt for the future with Garland and Sexton. I mean,
Okay.
Sexland.
Excellent.
Look, it took a season for them to mesh, but I think they've really stepped it up this year. They know how to coincide with each other. They're holding their own on defense, especially Colin Sexton. If you guys saw the clip from the Knicks game yesterday, Colin Sexton forced RJ Barrett into an 8-second backcourt violation, dude. Like, it was crazy. And then my second
Oh,
one.
he stopped the Knicks.
Yes,
Whoa.
that's a.
He stopped the Knicks.
I mean, yeah,
Wow.
again, he's a young bull. We've seen the defensive clips. Like, albeit it was kind of funny when he was guarding and contesting Ibaka in the corner. Like the IQ that takes, because he's trying to bait him into making either a terrible pass or think he's gonna rush him into a shot. He's
It's
got
funny.
the potential to be a defensive, just point within the, I forgot the just one of the best defenders in the league. He has the potential to do that, albeit he's a bit
does.
smaller. But his defensive IQ shows it quite a few times.
My second hot take is James Wiseman will be a top 5 center within the next 2 to 3 years.
Wait, are we doing
Oh,
regular?
I don't know. Wait, how long did you say? 2 to 5?
2 to 3 years.
Oh, I don't know, dude.
That's nuts, dude.
I think he will be a
I don't know,
top
he's
5 center
dropping-
within 2
he's
to
dropping
3 years.
eight.
I can name 4 centers that are better than him right now. Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic.
Oh,
I'd say DeAndre Ayton.
I'm saying 2 to 3 years from
Two
now.
or
Carl
three
Anthony
years from
Towns.
now.
Yeah, and all these 4 players will be better than him in 4 years, I think.
You don't know that.
I
You
think.
don't know that.
The 5th center,
That's a hot
Bam.
take.
It's Bam.
Wiseman can defend, he can shoot, he can pass, he can dribble, he can literally do it all. He's played 5 games and he's already shown he can do all of that. Okay.
I can agree to that.
My third take, is I think Atlanta is going to be extremely scary in the next couple of years.
I agree with that.
Granted,
I-
right now, no, they're not going to be scary. But give them 3-4 years, I think they are going to cause some chaos in the East.
With this roster or with added pieces?
I think with mainly their roster. Obviously, they're going to add a couple pieces in the next couple of years, but given their roster now, I think they can do really big things if they keep developing.
See, my take kind of bounces off of Evan, but it also contradicts it because I think the Hawks can go far into the playoffs this year with
I
this team
agree.
they have right now. You got Trey Young, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Huerter. You have Danilo Gallinari, John Collins. You got Clint Capella, who was one of the best rebounders and defenders in the league. You have so many rotational pieces that can function together once they get into rhythm. There's not going to be a lot of teams in the East that can stop that, especially with Trey Young facilitating that offense.
Did you say this year, David?
Going far this year.
Wow.
At very least, semi-conference.
I don't know if I see that, dude. The East, like you said earlier, it's kind of stacked. I don't think they beat the Pacers in a 7-game series. I would take the Pacers.
I'm not taking the Pacers, dude. The
I'm
Pacers.
not
don't
taking
have
the
that
Pacers.
The Pacers do not have a solidified scorer, in my opinion.
Yeah,
They don't have your solidified star, not a scorer. Your solidified star. Like, who's a star of that team? Is it T.J. Warren? Is it Malcolm Brogdon? Is it
It's Sabonis. It's Sabonis.
Is it
without a doubt.
Sabonis?
It's
Sabonis.
I don't know, man.
well,
It's close.
given that, David, what seed do you think the Hawks will finish in? Because that's a big factor too.
Or
Wow.
Interesting.
Or-
Interesting.
Okay.
as a really hot take. Like steaming off, I just put my hand on an oven type hot. But realistically, six at the latest.
Okay.
For me,
No.
I think that James Harden is going to get traded to the Nuggets, and I think and then they were talking about that, and that is an insanely good fit. If you think about that, Jokic, Harden, Michael Porter Jr. Give that team like a year, and like I think they're pushing.
Wait, so are you insinuating they're trading away Jamal Murray for James Harden?
I'm assuming I would if they can keep Jamal Murray, it'd be amazing. But like, I feel
No.
like
Go ahead,
Well,
Evan.
they have
feel
cap
like-
space and everything.
If they're going to trade for Harden, the Rockets are going to ask for Michael Porter.
No,
Yeah.
There's
Here, let me look it up. Look at
no
the.
way they pull that trade off without giving up Michael Porter.
And yeah, I would offer Porter Jr., Bull,
Oh
and
yeah,
Gary
Bol
Carroll.
Bol is getting traded. I'm pretty sure. Here, let me look up the Harden.
No,
Okay,
no. Tell me your package for Harden. What if you were the Nuggets? What would you give up for Harden?
I was looking it up the other day. We're trying to figure out what. I
Okay,
think it was.
I want what
It
comes from
was
your head.
Jamal Murray, Bol. It was a couple of first-round picks, and from another team. I forgot which team. And then
So the 3-team trade.
But the Nuggets wouldn't be stupid enough to trade away someone who was projected to be one of the better players in the league.
Wouldn't
'Cause
you guys?
me,
Yeah, go ahead.
because I've been a fan of Michael Porter Jr. since he was a junior in high school. And I
Mhm.
always had faith in him. I almost cried when the Bulls passed up on him.
that was the pressure.
And look at where he's at now. He just came off of a 40-minute game where he dropped 30 and 10. 0 assists because he just gets buckets. He won't pass you the ball, but he'll sure as hell put it into the rim. But there's no way you trade such young talent in Murray and or Porter Jr. when that team is destined to be great for the next few years together.
I think that this is a really hot take. I was doing research the other day, and if the NBA is planning to allow high schoolers to come in the league in 2022, the 2022 draft class of 2022 draft class is going to be on par with the 2003 draft class, no doubt.
I just have
Okay,
one question for you guys. Who is the ideal best teammate for James Harden? I feel like it's so hard to get him the perfect teammate.
I think
Andre
Jokic.
Drummond.
Jokic.
Andre Drummond.
I think it's Andre Drummond. That's the
Andre
first person that
Drummond.
came to my head, or
How come?
Giannis.
How come?
I would
Get your
I
boards.
think
Get the
Oh.
board and pass back.
Get your board, pass it back.
Drummond's going to get
Center-
every single miss, and then he'll just pass it back. Drummond will average 20 rebounds a game. Harden's averaging 45.
And I think Harden this year is going to average 40 a game.
40 a game?
High 30s in the 40. He averaged 30.
40 a game.
You think he's Wilt Chamberlain?
I'm like,
With a beard?
40 a game.
I think he's gonna push for if he plays like
The man that just came out of the gentleman's club eating
Dude.
40,000 tacos.
Okay, if he
is gonna
produces
average
as well, if
40
he
points a
produces
game.
that he wants to play and plays as well as he did last year, I think he's gonna put up 40.
So you're saying you're gonna all right. So you're saying he's gonna get traded from Houston to a title contender, take away the minutes of every single starter on whoever. Let's say Philly, for example. You're saying Joel
Yes.
Embiid's now gonna average 10 and 5. Ben Simmons is not gonna get any minutes, and Harden's averaging 40 points a game. On how many minutes? He's got to play every single minute and then force an overtime.
Force an
that
overtime.
game.
Okay, as of right, okay, last year, the last 3 years, he's averaged above 35 a game. This year, right now, he's averaging 39 a game, and
Dude, he's
barely-
played 2 games.
No, I'm saying, he's shown that he can keep this up for a whole season. I'm saying it's
Oh my
possible. I'm saying it's possible.
This
No.
man just spent almost $1,000 on honey buns for a little baby. There's no way he didn't eat at least 500 on his own. Did you see that man in the preseason warm-up?
That's fair.
He looked
Dude.
like twice of what he used to be.
There is no way that a team with John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and Christian Wood is going to allow Harden to score 40 a game.
Christian
Yeah.
Wood has been the biggest surprise for me, but that's
No, everyone knew he was going to be good.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I
I
think
didn't
this about
think
Christian
this
Wood.
was-
I think he will drop off once Wall and DeMarcus comes back.
I agree, and that's very sad for me.
Yeah, he's on your
Yeah.
fantasy team.
He is on my fantasy team.
Oh, what? I thought you said Harden. I was like, what?
Oh no, not hard. Christian Wood.
Nah, Ed, you took Harden for me. I was going to pick him, but
Do you guys think Christian Wood's gonna be an all-star this year?
No,
No.
not at all.
No,
Not at
without
all.
a doubt.
No.
I was just
Oh, you
I,
have
I,
another
I
hot
didn't
take.
say he was gonna
Dude, you
be.
have
I was
some
just asking a
insane thoughts
question.
on it.
Oh no! Sorry. I thought you said he was.
No,
going
I
to.
don't think he's gonna be an all-star. I was just asking a question.
I thought this was,
Another
I
hot
was about
take.
to say, I thought this was hot takes, not terrible takes. Can
Christian Wood is going to be all NBA first team.
you imagine starts averaging 30 and 15?
Okay, before we move on to my take, which will be the last take, and then we'll do our predictions, I'll introduce our segment. First of all, I think Kat would be the perfect partner with Harden. And who would you guys rather give up if you were the Nuggets, Porter or Murray for Harden?
Murray.
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 Really?
Yeah. I don't think Harden and Murray would coincide well to each other.
I don't know, dude. What about you, Dave?
More Murray. I mean, granted, I'm a bit biased because I really like MPJ, and I feel like his game's going to develop into something that echoes Kevin Durant. I really think he has that ceiling. He's 6'10", can handle. He can develop into a stature and play defense once he finally learns from someone who can actually teach him how to rotate, how to play on ball, play off ball.
His defense
Murray?
is trash.
Murray is just a straight bucket getter, which he's really, really good at, and he has the value in that. But Porter has that potential to do it all on both sides of the floor.
Okay. I was just thinking I would keep Murray just because of what I saw in the bubble. I was super impressed. I don't know. Maybe you guys are right.
Yeah, man. He really had his head in the game in the bubble.
That is true.
Okay, for the last hot take. Okay, first of all, tell me if this is hot or not. I think the Clippers beat the Lakers if they meet in the playoffs. Is that hot?
Yeah,
I don't
it is.
I mean,
It's a
I
little
don't think it's
spicy.
hot.
It's a little
Yeah,
spicy.
it's like it's a little spicy. I think it's likely, but I don't like that's not what I would think. I would take the Lakers in a 7-game series. But if the Clippers were to win, I wouldn't be all that surprised, you know?
Okay.
So that's a good take. That's a good take.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you dabbed your tongue with the hot sauce.
Yeah.
I agree. So you know when you like a bag of Takis, get that dust on your hands. It's that type of spicy, man. It's pretty spicy, but it's not insane. It's up
It's
there.
not like
though.
a
You
another
fiend.
ghost chili
You
take.
fiend.
Yeah, it's no ghost chili pepper, man. We've tried it. Trust me, it ain't like that. It ain't like that, Chief.
I forgot.
Fair. Anook,
Yeah,
Anook,
I think I finished my hot takes for now.
that's
Are you
no. I,
sure?
Honestly, I don't. I think so. I think I'm good for now. But hot takes, I think that's all I have.
Or the Clippers making the playoffs. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I see the Clippers tanking this season.
Denzel Valentine MVP.
Okay,
Solid take.
I think what's his name is gonna win MVP. I forgot his
Luka?
name. Luka, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
that's a hot take, dude.
That is
No, that's not a hot take. That was just an opinion. That was just
No, I'm just messing with you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about for this first episode before I move into our first segment?
No, I think I've covered all my points so far.
Yeah,
We've
me
been-
too.
Oh, sorry. Hinook, you're good too?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Dave, you're good?
Solid.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. I think that's good. We've been talking for a while. Let's move on to our first segment. I got this idea from the starters. I'm not even gonna lie. We're gonna do so through the month of January. We're each gonna pick. We're gonna choose from one game on each day of January, and the loser has to do a humiliation. Now, don't get it twisted. We're not gonna do some extreme shit unless we get a lot of viewers. Because we're not gonna embarrass ourselves for nothing. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That already
I mean,
happens.
Hanook does that on a daily basis.
That's a cap and a half. Let's not cap.
Okay, but I have first 11 days of January pulled up. I picked one game from each day, and we're all going to give our prediction for who wins. If someone gets injured or something happens, tough shit, you still pick them. Okay.
Yeah.
January 1st, Warriors, Blazers.
Blazers.
Are we writing this down?
Warriors.
We're writing this down, right?
Yeah, we're gonna write down all our picks.
I'll
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead after, but we'll just say it on camera right now.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
I'm
No,
gonna go Blazers.
Blazers.
I'm going Warriors, man.
Okay. Dave?
I'm gonna say the Warriors. As much as I've been smack talking them today.
The Blazers. Next January 2nd, Pelicans, Raptors.
Pelicans.
Hmm.
We've already
must-
seen this matchup,
We have.
and the Pelicans won.
I'm gonna say
I
the
say-
Raptors.
I say history repeats itself. I'm going Pelicans.
No, I'm gonna agree with Mo. I think the Raptors are gonna pull this one off, though.
Yep, you guys are all gonna lose.
Hanook?
Said Pelicans.
I will rock with. I'll rock with the Pels.
Sound like a door creaking.
Yeah.
I don't think Lonzo's gonna hit 4 threes this time.
Okay.
He's gonna hit 6.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'll take
that
that.
LeVar mentality, baby.
All right. January 3rd. Not gonna lie, it was kind of dry, so I picked a rematch. Warrior Blazers Part 2.
What? Nah, switch that up. You gotta make it easy.
Okay. Let me
Is it
look
not-
at January 3rd. All right. We'll do this on the spot. We can bet on the Celtics, Pistons, Wizards, Nets, Jazz, Spurs, Clippers, Suns, Bulls, Mavericks.
Clippers,
Clippers,
Suns.
Suns. Clippers, Suns.
I say Jazz Spurs.
No, let's go
What?
Clippers,
What are
Suns.
you
Jazz,
on?
The
Jazz
Clippers
Spurs
Suns.
is a bit more even.
Yeah, and a lot more boring.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's more even. So
Yeah, I kind of
obviously-
agree to that. I
I
kind of agree to
predict
see where David's coming
DeMar
from.
DeRozan's gonna have 19 points, 4 assists, 12 rebounds,
Oh, okay. We'll
followed
do
by Jakob Pertl having 18 and 2.
Spurs, Jazz. I got the Jazz. I don't mean.
I got the Jazz winning this.
I'm gonna go
I
with the
got
Jazz.
I got the Spurs.
I got the Spurs.
Cushy Dior.
I was
Shut
young.
up.
I was young. I was
More
young.
DeRozan.
I was young, man.
January 4th, Mavericks, Rockets.
Ooh, that's
Mavs.
I'm gonna go Mavericks.
Mavs.
I'm gonna go Rockets here. If everybody's playing Rockets.
I don't trust
I think
them.
that's the exact reason I'm gonna take the Mavericks, because that's gonna be like their first game altogether.
The Rockets.
Porzingis is gonna be back.
I'm going Mavs. The Rockets.
going
are the
Mavericks.
most irresponsible team.
Nah, I'm still going Rockets.
The Rockets are the most irresponsible team in the league.
Fair enough. Nets, January 5th. Nets versus Jazz.
Nets.
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 Yeah.
That's
January 6th, Heat, Celtics.
What?
Heat, Celtics.
ooh.
That's good.
That's a very good
I'm gonna go Boston. I'm gonna go
conference
Boston.
finals.
I'm going.
Conference finals rematch. I'm going with Miami.
I'm going with Boston.
I'm going Miami.
I'm going. Okay. The 7th, Sixers, Nets.
Give me my Sixers, baby. You know I'm never backing down on them, man. Give me my Sixers. Sixers winning that one, dude.
Give me
I'm
the
going.
Nets.
Give me the Nets.
Nets. Give me the Nets all the way.
Evan,
Yeah,
I'm the lone man here.
Yeah, you're gonna make us cool if they win, bro.
I'll make fun of y'all. Just wait and watch. Don't worry.
This next game, these guys are gonna be rivals in a couple years. Thunder Knicks.
Oh, insane game.
Thunder.
I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
Thunder.
I'm going Knicks.
I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
I'm going
Don't
with the
sleep on
Knicks.
SGA, man. SGA is crazy.
Yeah, it's,
They don't have anyone that can guard SGA.
Oh yeah, Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Go.
Unless
Yeah,
they put
okay.
back in Frank Tilikina.
Julius Randle.
Okay.
Julius Randle surprising this season.
He just had a triple-double, man, on the Cavs.
He's been playing well this whole season. Oh wait,
Yeah.
it's been 2 games.
In like a week and a half.
Yeah, I know.
In 4 games.
They'll probably.
They-
I don't know. Okay. January 9th, Nuggets Sixers. The battle of the two best centers.
Nuggets.
That's a very tough
Nuggets.
one.
I have
Yeah,
the Sixers.
Nuggets.
I have the Sixers.
This is where I actually take the Nuggets. I feel like the Nuggets are just going to outshoot the Sixers. That's sad to say that, but I think the Nuggets will outshoot the Sixers and win that game.
Joel Embiid is dropping 30 that game.
And
He won't drop big
Jokic will
buckets.
have 21, 14, and 12, so it's fine.
I'll go with the Nuggets. So 4 Nuggets, 1 Sixers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. The 10th, Warriors.
Raps.
Raps.
Raptors all the way.
I'm taking the Warriors here. I feel like the Warriors have to figure it out by then, man.
I'm gonna go Raptors.
Wait, didn't you have them losing the game prior to?
What, to the Blazers? No, I said they're going to win.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go Raptors.
I'll go Raptors.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Raps.
The last game, January 11th, Suns Wizards.
Suns.
Oh, Suns.
Devin Booker's dropping 50 on him with that defenseless team.
You're right. That's
I'm pretty
Gonna
sure
agree.
Chris Paul can become vintage against the Wizards.
Westbrook's gonna have a quadruple-double though.
The man's gonna
Yeah,
have.
with turnovers.
Yeah,
The man's gonna have 11.
Turnovers.
He's gonna have 15, 11, 11, and 11.
okay.
You can see that happening. Okay, so like I said, this is just the first 11 days. We're going to do the whole month. And at the end of the month, we'll do a humiliation. But like I said, nothing too crazy until we get like actual views. You know what I'm saying? All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up today. We are the Flagrant Five. Thank you all so much for listening to our very first episode. Hopefully there are many more to come, and have a happy New Year's.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year, guys.